All right, guys. Hey, it's Pastor David here with the Union Rescue Mission, and I just wanted to get with you guys. We oftentimes get random questions that's asked to us about poverty, about homelessness, about what we're doing at the mission, about our building project. So we really just wanted to come in and just do some short little videos to talk about frequently asked questions, I guess. So one frequently asked question we get is oftentimes about it's asked a variety of ways, but essentially the concept of when I'm at the grocery store, I see people using a food stamp card, but yet they have a brand new cell phone. And how can they have a brand new cell phone yet be in poverty? And why does all that make sense? And there's a pretty easy explanation to it. It really comes down to the way we see the world, the lens we see the world through. What we know just from studies is that people who are in poverty think on a 1 to 4 hour time window. People who are middle class think on a 1 to 4 year time window, and people who are in upper class think generationally. They want to leave a legacy for their kids. They want to leave a college fund, things along those lines. The other thing we know about people in different socioeconomic classes are people that are in wealth. The trigger that helps them stay motivated in their life to run their businesses, to get up every day. The words that you'll see trigger them are words like legacy, generational wealth, trust funds, stuff like that. When you think of middle class people, it's about achievement. It's all achievement based. The words that motivate them are things like promotion, income, increased income, things like that. They're worried about climbing the corporate ladder. However, when you look at the lens of poverty and the things that motivate people in poverty, what we know when they circle out a whole bunch of different words that motivate them, it always comes down to relationship. It's always relational. It's never about never about obtaining a resource. It's never about obtaining the promotion. It's always about relationships with people. So that's what motivates them. So when we take these two things and we understand these two things two lenses that people see the world through, it starts helping us make sense of why people make the decisions they make. So let's take, for example, somebody that is in the middle class. The reason why they go to work every day is because they're thinking on a 1 to 4 year time window. So they're thinking about they need to pay bills, they need to have a car, they may be thinking about retirement a couple years from now, they may be thinking about a vacation they want to take next year, and they're willing to go to work for those 1 to 4 time window type of thinking. They're willing to go to work and earn an income, try to do the best they can at work to achieve the highest level of income they can for their family, to make the 1 to 4 year time window better for their family. When you think of generational wealth, and you think about what motivates people to go to work who are already wealthy, why would they go to work? They're seeing the world through a lens of leaving a legacy, leaving a line of wealth or businesses for their family. And so they're thinking and looking at the lens. So what motivates them to get up and go to work in the morning is they're thinking about their grandkids and how they can leave a legacy or money or business for them. However, when you think about poverty, what we run into is people are thinking on a 1 to 4 hour time window. Many people that we deal with here at the mission, they think from, okay, I need breakfast. If you know anything about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, if you don't have basic food, water, security, and love, the rest of it is you can't think beyond those things. So what we have when we deal with people at the rescue mission is they are thinking on a 1 to 4 hour time window. They eat breakfast and they think, okay, what am I going to get for lunch? Okay, I ate lunch. What am I going to get for dinner? I ate dinner. Okay, where am I going to be safe tonight? Where am I going to sleep tonight? Right. So that's the pattern of life that they're seeing the world through. So it's hard for them to think outside the box. However, what we know motivates these guys is relationships. So maybe they had an aunt that was involved in their life their whole life, or a grandma, or maybe even a foster family, or whatever that relationship component is. We see that they're highly motivated by relationships. So what we know here at the rescue mission is that when we are working with people to give a whole bunch of orders to somebody, say, just pick yourself up by your bootstraps so you can make a living and you can earn it and you can look forward to what's coming a year down the road, that is a pointless approach for us, because oftentimes the people we are working with are thinking on a 1 to 4 hour time window. What we need to do is stabilize those 1 to 4 hours for them. And we also need to build relationships with them, because once we build relationships, they trust us and we can get a lot further with building the case. their case for them. So what we run into in these situations are, why did they buy the new cell phone? Well, because the only thing they've had in life is a relationship with their aunt that they haven't talked to in a month. They're thinking on a 1 to 4 hour time window. So if they get a little bit of money in their pocket, all of a sudden something happened and maybe they worked a side job and made some extra money. Middle class would be thinking like, let's leave that for a bill we got to pay a month from now, or let's save that for vacation coming up a year from now. The upper class would be banking it, investing it, and trying to make more money off of it. But the people in poverty, they're not used to having anything. They're not used to having running water. They're not used to having cars. They're not used to having houses. They're not used to having consistent things, these people in generational poverty. So what they run into is, I have some extra money right now. My meals are secured 1 to 4 hours, my next 1 to 4 hours, or even the next day. I have food for the day. What do I need to do with this money? Well, I haven't talked to Aunt Sally in about a month because my cell phone's been off. I'm going to use this money to get my cell phone turned on. Why? Because it's relationship driven. They're motivated by having that communication with family, not motivated by having money or having a house or a car at this point. So what do we do with all this information that we know? Well, what we do with that is, our world operates off a middle class mentality. If you sign up for a doctor's appointment, they're going to get you an appointment 6 weeks, a month from now. And if we know that the world's set up in a middle class mentality, we need our guys here at the shelter, people in poverty, to start seeing the world in the way that it operates. It usually operates on a year time window, right? If you're at work, you're thinking about vacation time for next year. If you sign up for a dentist appointment, they're going to put you in for a week from now, or a month from now, or 6 weeks from now. So we need to get people to start understanding that. So all we do at the rescue mission is we work with people and we build relationships first. We start working with them on their 1 to 4 hour time window and just start meeting their needs immediately, making sure they have food, making sure they have security, making sure they feel that they have love from our staff. And when we build that, now we can start saying, okay, let's start incrementally and slowly start building out your ability to think past 1 to 4 hours and think to next week. So we have schedules for them that they got to fill out every week. And sometimes it's hard for them to plan their week out a week ahead of time, but we start working on that. Then we start working on things like, okay, what's your goals for next month or 6 months from now? Or what's your long-term goals 5 years from now? We start having those conversations and slowly walking them into these concepts. But the reason why, to answer the question on why are people who are in poverty buying brand new cell phones, because the only thing that motivates them is relationships, and they're thinking on a 1 to 4 hour time window on average. So if they're thinking on 1 to 4 hour time window, they got all their basic needs met in the next 1 to 4 hours or even a day, and they have some money in their pocket, they're going to go to what's going to benefit their relationship the most. And that's where they're going to spend their money, because that's the motivator. So guys, hopefully this gave a little bit of insight. We hope to do some more of these little frequently asked questions of the mission types settings. It was probably a little longer than I wanted it to be, but to get the information out, that's where it's at. If you have any questions, feel free to email us. And get on our website and email us any questions you may have about why something's going on. We'll try to answer it. So guys, have a great day. God bless.